Good morning, everybody, and welcome to my online English tutor class. Once again, we are in chapter number 10, that is verb introduction, kinds based on function. In the last class, we had already talked about verb kinds based on function. We talked on main verb, auxiliary verb, primary verb, and then after in today's class, we shall be completing on function of primary verb, modal auxiliary, uh, main verb as linking verb, and then after main verb as transitive and intransitive verbs. Then verbs kind based on structure. Here we will be getting on regular, irregular. Then after kind based on meaning. According to meaning, the verbs we will have dynamic and stative verb. Okay. Also, we will be seeing that how a verb can be used in tenses and aspect. Okay. So let us begin the class. These things that we have already completed. Okay, so we will, yeah, today part 2, that we are going to talk on function of primary auxiliary. So children, in the last class, I hope that you are clear about primary auxiliary verb, that primary auxiliary verbs can function both as helping verb and full verb. Okay, they can function both like helping verb and full verb. The primary helping verbs are to be, to do, and to have form. Okay, so these examples we had explained last time. Now today we will see what is the function of a primary auxiliary verb. Okay, so children, there are some points that we are going to discuss in this video. That primary auxiliary verbs are used for the following purpose. The first purpose is to show the tense of the main verb. Okay, so it is used to show the tense of the main verb. See the example you will be getting. Example, she is painting a still life. Okay, so here you can see that is given. Here you can see that is given, and with is there is painting. So in this way it is presenting present continuous tense. Okay, because here is with ing. Okay, so in this way it is showing a tense that is in present continuous tense. Okay, so again we will be seeing the next example, that he has been reading on still life painting. It is painting. Okay, painting. So here has been, and then after reading. Okay, so has been reading, showing the tense which is present perfect continuous tense. Okay, so it is very clear that how it show a tense of the main verb. Okay, by seeing the example these two. Okay, so the next point says it is used to show a habit like or dislike. Okay, how it is used to show a habit like or dislike. See the example, I do not play sports. Okay, so I don't play sports. So in this way we use primary auxiliary verb to show our like and dislikes. Clear? Then after, the third point says to build negative, interrogative and emphatic sentences. Okay, we use primary verb to build negative, interrogative and emphatic sentences. Example, she does avoid oily food as much as possible. Okay, she does avoid. So here it is emphatic sentence. Second says they are not going to the movies today. So they are not going, these all are giving in a negative sense. Then after, next is interrogative, that is have you seen my glasses. Okay, so this primary auxiliary is used as a sense of interrogative. Then again, I did send the email that day. Again here is emphatic, that is given in the sentence. Clear? So the next point says to form question tag. Okay, so the primary auxiliary verbs are used to form question tags. How? See example. Okay, we are not allowed to go out right now, are we? Okay, so here you can see that are is a primary auxiliary verb and it is used to for making a question tag. Clear? Number 2, you will be visiting her later, won't you? So again here is want, that is also used as a primary verb. So here children, we had to finish that how the different types of function of primary auxiliary verb can do. Here to show a tense of the main verb. Then after to show habit, like and dislike. Then after, to build a negative, interrogative and emphatic sentence, and then to form question tags. So I hope the function of primary auxiliary verb is clear to you. Now we will be going to the modal auxiliary verbs. Okay, so a modal verb is a type of verb that is used to indicate modality, that is likelihood, ability, permission, request, capacity, suggestion, order, obligation, or advice. Okay, so the verb in which these things are to be shown, likelihood, ability, permission, request, capacity, suggestion, order, obligation, or advice, they are used as modal verb. Okay, in English, the modal verbs commonly used are can, could, may, might, must, will, would, shall, should, ought to, had, better, have to, and sometimes need or dare. So these are the basically modern verbs that are used to show this point that we had discussed here. Okay. Example, you can see that, can I help you? Okay, so here can is used as a helping verb for the main verb help. Clear? In the second sentence, you must go now. Okay, so here must is used as helping verb for the main verb go. So modal verb is clear. Now how main verb is used as a linking verb, we will see here that, as mentioned previously, the main verb aren't always action verb. Sometimes they simplify, express a subject's state of being. Okay, in this case the main verb are referred to as linking verb since they link the subject to inform the concerning its state of being, or its state of being referred to as subject complement. Clear? Consider this example. Okay, so here it is saying that uh, when a main verb works as a linking verb, when it shows a subject's state of being, subject's state of being rather than action, the performance of the subject in the place of showing performance of the subject, when it shows the state of being of any subject. In this way, the main verb are always referred to as linking verb since they link the subject to inform the concerning its state of being referred. Okay, so that is why it is used as a subject complement. So see example, you will be getting more. As a toddler, Susan was adorable. So here there is no action in this sentence, no. As a toddler, children, toddler means a young child who is beginning to walk. Okay, toddler is a young child who is beginning to walk. So Susan was adorable because she was a toddler. Okay, note that the main verb was does not express Susan's action. Okay, but the state of being, that is adorable. So in this case, this main verb was is not used as an action verb, even it is used as a linking verb. Clear? Linking verb. Now Mrs. Ria is a nurse at a local hospital. Okay, so here the main verb is links the subject Mrs. Ria to its complement nurse. Okay, now let us go for the further action, that is transitive and intransitive main verb. Main verbs can be transitive or intransitive. Transitive verbs takes a direct object while intransitive verbs do not. That we had already discussed about transitive and intransitive verb, you know it. Transitive verbs require direct objects to receive their action, and intransitive verbs, however, can express action without a direct object. As a result, they can end a sentence without the sentence sounding incomplete. Okay, you know that direct object always requires an you know that transitive verb always require a direct object, and intransitive verb do not require any object. Without taking any object, even it is giving the complete sense. So how main verb works as a transitive verb and intransitive verb, here we will discuss. You see the example, you will be getting more. Transitive verb, when we will use, we can have examples like this. They attended the party. Okay, so here the verb attended, okay, is used as a main verb. Clear? As a main and also it is a transitive sentence. Okay, they attend what, so the party is the object, so in this way it is very clear that it is used as a transitive verb. Number 2, Priya fed the cat. Again the word fed is used as a main verb. Saurav loves cake, so loves cake is also a main verb. Okay, now let us see in transitive verb how it is used. The wind blew. Okay, so see the blew, the word blew is the main verb, and without not having any object, it is giving a complete sense because it is a type of intransitive verb. Okay, the next is John laughed. Okay, so the word laughed is a main verb. Okay, now the key disappeared. Again, disappeared is a main verb used as a intransitive verb. Since intransitive verbs do not take a direct object, they are often found at the end of the sentence, as it is not having any direct object. So basically, it always found at the end of a sentence. In many cases, however, an intransitive verb may be followed by another part of speech, such as any adverb or prepositional phrase. Okay, that is another thing we will discuss later. So now children, I hope that you are now able to get how a main verb can be used as a linking verb, as well as how it is recognized in an example of or in a sentence of transitive or intransitive verb. So now we are going to have the next part, that is kind of the verb based on structure. Okay, according to structure there are some point that we are going to discuss. Basically we have regular and irregular verbs according to the structure of verbs. Okay, what is regular verbs? So regular verbs are those types of verb whose simple past and past participle forms consistently have the same ending ed or ed. The majority of English verbs are regular. Okay, so basically I just want to tell you the verbs which always end with e, with d or ed. You know, ed form is somewhere called regular verb. So basically example, I just want to give you the example. You can write suppose you are going to write example call, then it will be called in second, and then after called in the third part. So in the same way many examples are there, that talked and talked, then after like that. What about irregular verbs? So irregular verbs are those verbs whose simple past and past participle forms cannot be predicted from their base form. Okay, so here we cannot predict it, that if there is a verb call, so we can have a called or called to the next two form. Okay, we cannot predict it, but in the most cases the irregular have different ending in their simple past and past participle form. Okay, so what is it? It have a different endings in their simple past and the past participle form. Okay, means they both are somewhere different to the base form. Okay, see example. So you can see the base form is arise, then arose and arisen, both are different. Then bear, bore and born, cut, here all are same. Buy, bought, become, became. Then that will be become. The third will be become. Okay, that is not became, it is become. Okay, third is also become. Okay, just make correction please. And the last is cost and cost. So these are the types of irregular verbs. I hope regular verbs and regular verbs are clear to you. Now we will be going for the next part, that is kinds of verb based on meaning. So according to meaning, now we are going to have our verbs. Okay, so according to meaning, here we have dynamic and static verbs. Okay, what is dynamic verbs? So dynamic verbs are those types of verbs that describe an action performed by the subject. Very simple, that he gave a very interesting lecture. Okay, so giving lecture is an action, so the word gave is a dynamic verb. Clear? The word gave is a dynamic verb because with the help of the verb gave we can see the action of the person. Clear? Now what about stative? Just use that stative word is somewhere made up of the word state. Okay, state. See that these verbs describe the state or condition which normally does not have the beginning or the end. Okay, the state or the condition which does not have a beginning or the end means the state from where it has begun and when it will be ended. So that is not there in the stative verb. Okay, unlike an action which began at a time and ends at a time, when it will be finished when it was started, that is not considered in stative verb. So you can see with the help of example that I know that you like pizza. Okay, so the verb know is a stative verb because I somewhere know that you like this. When I started knowing that you like pizza, that is not known, and till what time I will be knowing that you like pizza, that also exactly I cannot say. So in that way, this is the state of condition. Okay, it is a condition of a state that I know that you like pizza. Now the last part is tense and aspect. Okay, how a verb is going to use as a tense or aspect, we'll see here. The various verb forms give us twofold information about the action performed by the subject. Okay, the first is time of the action. Okay, time of the action. Here, consider from the moment of speaking. When we are going to have a time of the action, we have to consider it from the moment of speaking. Okay, the action could be past, present, or future. Yes, when we are going to speak, the action in our speaking, our event, our language, our sentence can be in three forms, three tenses. That is past, present, and future. Okay, what is state of the action? So the action could be completed or perfect at the moment of speaking, or it could still be going on. That will be in continuous. That is the state of action. Okay, so a combination of these three tenses or two aspects mentioned above gives us the following commonly used 12 forms of the verb. See what are the 12 forms. Okay, so these are the forms. So first of all, simple past, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. Again, simple present, simple present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. Again, simple future, future continuous, future perfect, and future perfect continuous. So in this way we have these 12 form. In that, according to these 12 form, we have these different verbs. So like how the verb can be used in these different tenses as well. Okay, now let us go to the exercise given in the book. Exercise A is saying that use the correct form of the verb in the brackets to fill in the blanks. Okay, when he was a schoolboy, Jan write interesting writing. So here the answer will be wrote. Second says they drove almost 200 kilometers to reach here for the celebration. Number 3, they pray to God for help but will not do anything to them to help themselves. Number 4, they ran the 100-meter race neck to neck till Martin went ahead in the final lap. Number 5, she will leave for the station by 6 a.m. tomorrow. Number 6, did you find the book you were looking for yesterday? 7, dark clouds covered the sky even while he was leaving the house. Number 8, everyone will soon get used to the new timetable. Number 9, will you finish this work by the time rehearsal start? And the last is, if you continue to work hard, you will reap the benefits. So now we are going to have exercise B, that is in the sentences given below, identify the main verb and the auxiliary verb. So all the answers I have written here. I will just simply read the examples and sentences, then after try to understand. Okay, here you should have help your mother. Okay, first I will explain with the help of my explanation, try to get it more. Okay, so you should have helped your mother. So children, here we can see that there is should, that is a modal auxiliary, modal verb. Have is given, that have is also a auxiliary verb or helping verb. Then after help is given as a main verb. Okay, so here we can say that the main verb is helped, auxiliary is should and have, because modal is also coming a part of auxiliary verb as earlier we had studied it. Number 2, how many books have you bought. So in the sentence, main verb is bought and auxiliary verb is have. Number 3, you could easily done it. Main verb is done, auxiliary verb is could have. Number 4, my brother is an engineer in the railway. Here only one verb, that is, okay, that is main verb. Number 5, please have all your clothes collected from the dry cleaners by evening. So main verb is collected, auxiliary verb is have. Number D, study the table below and fill in the blank spaces with sentences which show the specified tense and aspect correctly. Okay, so this is, you can see that what you have to fill. In simple present, it is written that she plays piano. The past you have to fill and future already given. Then in present perfect you have to fill, past is given, and future perfect also you have to fill. In continuous you have to fill present and past, future is given. Okay, so okay, perfect continuous, future is present, simple present is given, you have to fill simple. Perfect to continuous you have to fill, and then after future perfect is already given. So in this way there are 4 tenses that you have to do. Okay, see the answers I have written. The first will be she played the piano. Second, she has played the piano. And another one in second will be she will have played the piano. Then the third will be, there are 2 in third, she is playing piano, then she was playing piano, and the last is she had been playing the piano. Okay, then the next is write the correct tense of the verb in the blanks. Okay, so she I have written all the answers here, that is highlighted. She lay awake the whole night in excitement. Okay, answer is lay. Second, the cold has frozen the river. Okay, answer is has frozen. Number 3, he hung his shirt in the wardrobe immediately. Is hung. Number 4, do you think we can start once again? The sun rises. Okay. Number 5, the thief fled on hearing the coming footsteps. Number 6, he has clung to the cliff, dangling dangerously for over an hour. And the last is he has beaten more than he can chew. Okay. Number 8, he struck at the mosquito swarming around him. And number 8, the Ganga has flown down the Himalayas for centuries. And the last is Rana Pratap's horse Chetak had borne him away to safety from the battlefield. So children, in this way we had finished chapter number 10. I hope that you had understood the last classes that we had the last time, and then after today's class. So in this way, in today's class we have completed the points. Let me open the page. Okay, so in today's class, children, we have completed function of primary verb and modal auxiliary, and also main verbs as linking verb, main verb as transitive and intransitive, then verb kind based on structure, here regular and irregular, then kind based on meaning, here dynamic and stative, then after tenses. So children, in this way we have completed all exercises and all sub topics of this chapter. In the next class we will be talking on the next chapter, that is chapter number 11. So till that time I want to wish you and thank you so much.